Hello and welcome back to another episode of the Mystic Junkies podcast, the history of mystery comedy show, where we explore the mysteries of the universe. So make sure you grab a beer, grab a joint, because you're going to fucking need one, because Matt's presenting today.
Yeah, buddy.
Before we get to that, we're back with another guest, our favorite guest of all time,
Hi.
Tiffany Jenkins.
It's been a while.
Yeah.
She's back with us.
Hello. Happy to be here.
You're just on the podcast from now on. How about that?
I live here.
One of our cast members. Here we go.
I like how we've decided these are our uniforms.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
This is wardrobe right here, baby.
This is it.
This is how we're going to dress every
That's how
time.
we're doing.
Yep.
Suit and tie, that'd be funny.
Don't matter. But tonight we're talking about AI.
Ooh, artificial insemination.
Not that.
No.
though. I thought it was.
Man, I did the wrong research. Fuck.
I fucked up too, bro.
Man.
Yeah. So lesbians. No, I'm just kidding. No. All right. So I'm about artificial
Intelligence.
intelligence.
I think you have to be pretty intelligent to artificially inseminate.
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't want to just take a turkey baster and try it yourself.
Oh.
No.
Well,
You could, actually.
exactly how it was done.
I think
I
that's
hear.
Before doctors did it.
actually.
You said that with great confidence.
Yeah.
It's like I did
Like,
this
really
before,
quick.
you know?
Whoa,
It was on a friend.
We've all done
It was
this.
on a friend, but
Yes.
you know. No.
What else do you use a turkey baster for? Come on, let's be honest.
Okay.
All right, so AI, guys, artificial intelligence. Let's get right into this thing. This is really a deep dive. I've been deep diving this for quite a while. AI scares the ever-living shit out of me. And it does to a lot of people. And it's getting crazier and crazier now as we progress into our technological advancements. And I'd like to maybe start with good old Aristotle, actually, was one of the first mofos to kind of put a little underlining into in the future. No, yeah, right. No. Aristotle said, in one of his passages, and I'm paraphrasing this, is that if we had fully automated weaving machines and plectrums that could pluck a lyre to produce music, then we would not need human beings to do this work. And that pretty much ended up evolving into the 1930s coin phrase as technological unemployment.
Yes.
So that's the fear that technology is going to take our jobs. They took our jobs, So
Not Mexicans.
now Mexicans, technology, y'all.
guys. That's the real fear.
Look at us. Technology is taking more jobs than any ethnicity.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
So let's dive into just what AI is. So AI is just a machine that uses human intelligence based on complex algorithms and mathematical functions. That's the baseline. That's the definition. Okay. And but an AI has to perform as expected to be a proper AI.
Right.
When it comes, let's say, like when it comes to a fork in the road, it has to be able to make the right decision. When it comes to should I destroy humanity or not, you're supposed to not. That's the fear of it. And it's what pretty much it breaks down into three things: generalized learning, reasoning, and problem solving. Mm-hmm. So those are the three things that an AI has to do perfectly to be a functioning AI.
Right.
And so we also have two different categories of AI. We have weak AI and strong AI. Weak AI is pretty much your Alexa and your
That's weak AI?
Yeah.
God damn.
Yep, that's weak AI. Because luckily, we don't have strong AI yet. Because strong AI is like Marvel's Ultron.
Right.
It became self-conscious. It now
Sentient.
knows, sentient being type of thing, and it will make its own decisions. They're trying to make that not happen, which is, we'll get to that, man. It gets really weird on where we're at right now with it, because it's really scary where we're at right now with it. And we're supposed to by like 2045 is about what most people think is when we're going to have multifunctional AI just for all of our purposes.
Right.
Like
3 years from now.
pretty much, man. We'll
should
all
be-
be using it. It'll be like in full form of some
Perfect.
particular,
I'll be exactly 90 years old.
and it'll be taking care of you.
I
Buddy.
love it, baby.
And the
I was worried about Alzheimer's. Not anymore.
Nope.
No.
It's just gonna be your head in a jar.
Yeah, it's gonna be like
Still
the
doing
Simpsons,
comedy,
bro.
Les. Still just
go.
opening the show.
Fucking Les is,
Yep.
he is
gonna be on
sharper than he's ever been in his life.
Damn right.
Some bitches own it.
Hooked on top of a robot, just walking
We'll just
around.
lean your golf club against the stool, and you'll just sit there and do
No,
your-
he won't
No,
even
you
have
said-
to. He'll be mounted to a robot that can play golf.
I don't trust
know.
that.
Dude, it's
want that.
happening.
I'm not
we'll talk
scared
about
anymore.
that.
Too much
I am
power.
Thrilled.
Already there, bro. It's already there. There's already an AI robot that can it rolls up. It can take or make any putt.
Make what?
Any putt?
I thought he said
For
Any
golfing.
putt?
We're talking about golfing. So, yeah, it can make any putt. It actually, like, they put the ball in multiple general areas or whatever, and it rolled up to it, analyzed the situation, bink, every time.
Bullshit.
Nope, it's out there,
TigerBot
man.
3000?
Yeah, TigerBot 3000. I like that.
Fuck that.
Yeah, so John, I never even knew this.
crazy.
John McAfee,
Yeah.
the guy that created your antivirus software and crap, he was one of the founding guys of AI.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's the one that says it could take 5 to 500 years, but it's going to take about several Einsteins to make it really fucking happen properly.
Yeah.
You know, that's what we're going to need. And we're not there yet. That's why they're kind of projecting 2045. Like, but right now is scary enough, you know?
So I just want to interject because I know it's going to be a lot. So you're saying it takes several Einsteins. But my understanding was it was all about robots teaching robots. In other words, the robots themselves, the AI
Self-learning.
self-learning.
Well,
Right.
it is.
Okay, so
Well, it's supposed to be. That's the whole thing.
So,
So then, after making one,
doesn't
you would
it
have
become the Einstein,
in
or do you need
essence,
actually
you would think.
human
We're not.
geniuses?
See, that's the thing. There, we're not 100% to fully functioning AI to the point of sentience. So, like, that's what it will.
Sentience is also a pure theory at this point.
Okay, well,
The
it will
idea that-
to understand itself and its place.
Not
here.
understand itself, it has to have its own consciousness, essentially, where it sees itself as a being.
We're almost there.
That's a theory,
like,
though.
Some of these robot conversations that have happened are insane. Like I
I
remember
agree
when
with that, but I'm saying the idea of something becoming animate, like in other words, it realizes that it has its own purpose. Like
We're getting there.
that's a leap.
That's what 2045
most
is about.
scientists don't think will ever happen.
Well, that's
just saying.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, okay. Well, that's what I'm not 100% sure with that, but this is the other thing about AI right now as a whole. It is driven off of the information that you input into it.
Yes.
That is it.
Right.
It is a computer or a machine that just pretty much comes up with the best option.
Plug and
you
play.
know? Yep. And the more info you plug into it, the more it'll know how to do it. And the less info you put into it, the more it's, if it keeps asking questions. Like as long as it's going to keep asking questions, that's the
gonna
good
get
one.
there.
Then it'll
Right.
get there. But the one we're afraid of is the one that is absolutely like adamant that this is right. Whatever its idea, it already came up with an answer. That's the AI that we're scared of because that's the AI that'll fucking kill us. That's the one that says, oh, well, humans, we don't need them because they're already.
I know the answer.
Yeah, I already know the answer, But that's what we're trying to, they're trying to make sure doesn't happen is give them that option of, a dictator in a sense. This is the only option. That it comes up with its answer, and there's only one answer. Because if AI doesn't have any questions to fucking ask,
The idea, from what I understand, would be like it would eventually see the human condition as nothing more than like
a virus.
a problem.
Yeah, it's a virus.
And then it will try to solve that problem
Right.
by
Yeah,
eliminating
by
us.
eliminating anything.
or enslaving us. Like that was another.
No, of course.
Yeah,
I mean,
making us
there's tons of movies
bow
about
down
it. Of
to
course.
The Matrix. The Matrix is a great example of that.
Most definitely.
yeah.
Yeah, that is totally.
Yeah.
So, all right. So that is AI in that part. So, all right. We'll get to robots soon. I know you all want to know about robots.
Yes.
Let's get to the crazy stuff that you can just use right now in AI,
Yeah.
which is mind-boggling, the apps and things like that. We can just start with ChatGPT.
Yeah.
That one right there is an AI app that you can go to right now, and you can plug in, let's say, hey, I'm doing a report on interstellar travel. Please let it and give a few information bits to it. Set me up a paper about that or an essay. And then within like a minute, it'll
Yeah.
come up with an essay on said topic.
That makes sense, and
It's pulling all the
would
information.
probably win an award.
Yeah,
It's
dude, it's gonna.
pretty good.
It is. It's
very
almost on
impressive.
point. They put it next to a teacher. Now, actually, dude, my son even has a story about this. Because first, the teacher that I was talking about before my son's story was they put two papers in front of this teacher.
Right.
Didn't know what it was, or he didn't know which one was which, and they were both essays, about a specific topic. He graded them both. One was made by AI, one was made by one of the students, and the AI got like a 90 or an 80 something. It passed, a passing grade, a B average on its paper. And the teacher was like, it's not at A quality yet, but this chat AI bot is basically would give you a passing grade if you just used it, and the teacher never did.
By the
Man,
way,
we had to fuck around with Cliff
Jesus
Notes.
Christ, you telling me? Yeah, the little fucking book, Cliff Notes, and they were like, you're cheating if you're using Cliff Notes. Nah, kids are just like, oh, I need a paper. Bam. Dude, it's not only just doing that, it is also writing full script for websites.
Yes.
Like full, absolute, it's creating.
Yeah.
And not only art, that's a different one. That's Dolly. Dolly creates like computer generated art. And I love that one. But I'm gonna get to that next because my kid actually he's in math classes and he's like the top classes.
Yeah.
Like he's in like science classes that are like top level, and they did that shit. They did it.
sorry, never mind.
Oh yeah, but they did that. They brought in a paper and they made like the teachers. They fucked with each other, which was hilarious. One of the teachers in the class made the AI bot, the chat bot, create a declaration of war on the other class. And it wrote a declaration of war. And then the kids marched down the hallway and went into the other class with the teacher. And the teacher slapped the declaration of war on the other teacher's desk. And then they went back and forth and just had some fun with this new technology.
Yeah.
And it was hilarious. I mean, it will. And then not only will you be able to put in your information and it'll bring it all up, you can then just be like, okay, summarize that a little more. And then it'll freaking put it down and break it down into just the bare minimums, and actually paraphrase things for you. And dude, it's nuts. It's absolutely crazy. And then we got Dolly. Dolly's a new one. It started with 1, now it's at 2 of a second version, which is really cool. And I use that. You can just put in a description of what you want, and it'll create an image.
Create an image. Pretty good.
Create
image.
an artistic image.
It won. It won in a artistic challenge actually,
Yep.
I'm sorry.
You can't even tell, man.
An art contest. It actually won the art contest.
Dude, it makes my fiance it made my fiance be like, what the fuck? Like, why did I go and get a college degree at Ringling?
What's the point of this?
What's the point? When it comes down to, you can just type in what you want and it'll create like let's say you type in, I want a Greco kind of, or like maybe a stipulation type of thing where it's just dots. It'll do that too. Like it'll change like an image to whatever else you want. You can even upload that image and then take things out of the background of that image and then expand it to your next sentence, and it'll just keep creating the world around
Well,
it.
let's talk about deepfake.
Oh, well, that's it.
That's using AI as well.
that's using AI too.
Deepfake is essentially this. It's this ability to recreate any type of speech. So you could take like Trump and make him say anything, and then you can use essentially images that you layer images over and over on top of each other, so you could make it look like he's actually saying it. It hasn't quite passed the uncanny valley test.
Not yet.
It's like you can kind of tell it's a little computer generated, but a couple of iterations later, you're gonna be like, "Did Trump just say that?"
Yep.
And
Oh, it's scary.
it's gonna make the fear of that is it's gonna make any sort of video evidence inadmissible in court
Right.
because somebody could just generate it.
Yep.
Right.
So
Well, you can
pretty
create your own
terrifying.
avatar too.
Yes.
You can create your own avatar too now with that same kind of concept where you go up, you take your picture, you load it in. I think one of them's called Be Human, and you load it in there, and then you could have your audio, or if you wanted to just have it do its own, it'll do its own to your text with any voice. But if you put up your own voice into it, then it'll even break down the your voice and create another, like, you can, once you do, they say put about an hour into it learning your voice, and then you can just start typing and it'll sound just like you.
Siri and like Alexa use the same technology but in reverse. So like, that's why like the more and more you talk to it, the better and better it'll get at actually identifying your voice among other people's voices. It just tracks different tones of your voice. It's just AI for you. It's just learning, self-learning.
But once it learns your voice, you can type literally anything and it'll read it off just like you. Because it learns every time from the information. And if you cut out certain information too, it learns that too.
It's basically an aggregator. And it just
Can it make like doctor's appointments for you?
Oh, well, we can get into that one. There's one that's actually like I don't know about making doctor's appointments for you yet, but there is one that you can scrape information off of any website. There is one that, like, if you want it, there are ones that can create personalized emails and things for you. That one's one of the ones that's being used as like a lot right now, is that you know, when you want to answer your email but you don't want to answer your fucking email, you know, or you want to, like, you know, you just say, sorry, I'm not available right now, and then it will create a nicer, more articulated version of that sentence.
And it's a very useful tool. Let's not forget that.
No, all these tools are amazing. Like, but I love them. Like, I'm going to look into a lot of these because when I did the research, there's only maybe about 5 of them that I knew of, and I'm using a few of them, you know. But I haven't used ChatGPT yet, and I'm gonna give that one a shot real soon. What I thought was pretty cool was also the Runway ML. That one's a new app right now where you can take videos and like actual video, and then you just kind of like black out the area you don't want. Let's say there's a plane flying by in the sky, right? You don't want the plane though. You highlight the plane.
Well, that's on the new phones.
No, not in the video though. No, pictures. They don't do it in video.
Oh, okay.
This, in phone they have. This is one specifically for video. It'll take the plane right out of the air and then re-put the clouds in that shit. Yeah. And it's
like
just
Photoshop?
street. You wouldn't even see that. You wouldn't even know. No, not Photoshop. Photoshop's for imagery mostly.
It's very hard. It would take like a technician to really like do that for video. It would take them a
long time to edit out.
They're making it accessible.
Here's the one I've been looking for ever since I started traveling to Europe a lot 10 years ago. And I've been, every time I get ready to go over there, I look for the translation apps. And the problem with the translation apps is that I haven't found anything that you can download everything onto your phone, actually onto your phone. It has to be uploaded. So when you're traveling, you're in Europe and you're using your phone, you're out of your network. And it costs a lot of money when you to sit down and have a conversation with somebody using the translation app that way. It's too expensive. It's not practical.
But they have the technology now.
But do they have an app now
for an earpiece? No, they're coming out with an earpiece.
I think he's saying that's like available offline.
Right, because you need to be
is going to
connect to something so that you can get that. So like if
Right.
you're just in the street,
you need to be,
you want to talk to someone.
Like the beautiful thing would be is that you speak German and I speak English, and I set this right there, and I say something and it says it to you in German, and you say something that says it to me in English.
Yeah, of course.
Which I haven't found that yet. That's an exciting part
in
of
research.
AI.
It's already been invented.
Let's get into this
this.
though. This is important.
It's an earpiece now.
Cyberlink, right?
Okay.
Have you heard of this?
Well, yeah, you're talking about it.
So
everything's going to be satellites.
No, I'm not talking about Neuralink. Okay. Neuralink. This is something that Elon Musk is trying to come up with. And the main reason he's even trying to come up with this is to be able to compete with AI. He wants to give humans the ability to basically, you're losing the latency between you and your phone. So in other words, it would be attached to your brain.
In your brain, though.
But it gives you the ability to speed things up so you can actually compete with AI. Because Elon Musk is terrified of AI.
Yeah, he is.
He must be watching the same YouTube videos as you are.
Good. Watching it all.
He doesn't like. He thinks it's the bringer of doom.
It could be. It really could be.
So he's creating Neuralink to essentially compete with AI to give humans the edge on AI.
But I forgot who it was, Les. But it's like Google or one of the big, tech conglomerates out there. They're making just an earpiece. So if I had it, I'd earbuds. I give you an earbud, put an earbud in my head, and then we talk. There it is, right there. Yeah, and it will Babelfish. I told you, fish. Yeah. So it's the Babelfish earbuds, and it'll pretty much live translate. You just gotta wait, a second or two, but it will. Yeah. You'll hear exactly in translation what it is.
But with Neuralink, if we both had Neuralink, it would
just instantly.
It would auto translate as I'm talking to you, you would hear it in your native language.
Because it's hooked up to your fucking brain.
But you wouldn't be yourself anymore, right?
You'd still
be like having Google in your brain. You wouldn't.
We would be that's going to be
It'd
when
be more
we
like
become,
you have the internet in your brain.
So we're becoming Android-ish then.
Yeah, but I wanted to say this.
But you're doing it anyway. You have it in your person.
And I just wanted to throw this in. Okay, so whether you're using the art app or the writing a paper app or whatever, as an artist, what I'm going to do is, now, if you're just somebody that's just trying to fuck off and pass a class and you don't give a shit, you're somebody who is the type of person that even before this came up, you're trying to create a logo and you go and you can find shit out there and da-da-da-da-da-da. But anybody who's a truly creative artist, what that does for me is, in the same way I use Google search now, it just gives it quicker that it gives me the ability to go, okay, I'll put the information in and let it throw it up there. And then I'll read over it, which is going to just give me a lot of ideas.
Save you time, man.
It saves me time.
Yep, saves you time.
It gives me, and it not only saves me time, it gives me more places to go. It gives me ideas. It's just flooding me with information, whether it's the written word or a voice or whether it's actual images. It's flooding me with information. So then I can take that information and then through my creative brain do what I'm going to do. And that's where
you're using it as a tool.
You're using
that's
it as
what
a
these
tool.
are. These are all tools.
You're using it as a tool, and that's a great thing. That's a great thing. And in that sense. But I want to get to this on this, is that, I got a grandson that's 4 years old. And I think about what we have experienced. Let's go back one generation. What my parents saw from the time they were born, which was radio. My grandparents were before radio, and they lived to see the internet.
Yep.
Okay? So my parents went from radio to the World Wide Web, to the beginnings of that. And everything that happened in between. Now, if you think of that, if you take just that and go, what is going to happen in the next 70 years for my grandson?
Oh, Jesus.
Because the leap that will happen for him because of advancement in technology, which means you're going to be able to just quantumly, make things happen so much more.
Faster.
Is beyond our even. It's beyond
our comprehension.
It's beyond our comprehension. Yep. Exactly right. We can't even begin to, because one piece of technological invention sometime in the next 20, 30 years could be something that changes the whole global way of doing everything.
Just like the internet,
of doing everything. And so there's two ways of thinking. There's an excitement about that, and there's a gloom and doom about that.
Yes.
And here's what I read about AI. The problem that I read about AI is that if AI is developed only by people with good intentions, you get good AI. The problem is if it's being developed by dictatorships that want everybody to be a certain way, and if it's developed by defense purposes to destroy, to use as weaponry, then you have a part of AI that is moving in that direction, that is moving towards a direction of kill, annihilate, that's those negative types of things. And that is where we have the problem, is that all these different countries and societies are thinking in different ways. In the same way that you have 9 countries that have nuclear warheads and can destroy the fucking earth whenever they want to, okay? Just 9 countries. 5,000 people in leadership have a gun to the head of 8 billion people. All right. Well, with AI, it's the same thing. All of a sudden, all it takes is 1 or 2 rogue nations that make this that way.
Yep.
And one of the things to me, and I'd love to get yours, is that I don't see how the earth and humanity survives in the way that we proliferate, growth, and do this all in a positive way under 100 different governments. I don't see how that happens. You could have hundreds of different cultures, but not hundreds of different governments. I think at some point in time, the world has to be one thing.
Well, yeah.
One
Of course.
that hopefully is one positive, good, for the right reasons, for the good of humanity, for freedom and all the things that we know that human beings want, that they want, and not what a finite group of human beings think that we should be. Okay, and if it goes that way, then AI and whatever is developed in the future, which will be off of AI, it'll all be something off of AI.
Most definitely,
it will be. Can be something that takes us to some utopian place that is just the most incredible world you can imagine.
Well, that's the hopes of it.
And intergalactic travel and all the things that we think about
of
destroying ourselves.
Well, as long as it decides that we should stay.
But I don't see how that happens under multiple governments because you're going to have bad actors.
Yes.
And the bad actors are what's going to make that happen.
But that's the only way to unify anything like that is having an enemy that threatens all of us.
We're veering off
AI,
guys.
No, I'm just saying, AI could be that enemy.
Well, I know.
AI could be that.
It could definitely.
It could be that thing that goes,
course.
oh fuck. So let me take you to this. So there's like a company in China, and they've developed this entire open platform, open world program that is tracking every single person across China.
Yep.
And you've probably heard of this.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
So it's using facial
Scary
recognition
shit.
technology, and they're using this whole program to set up this almost like this. I wouldn't even know you'd call it.
It's a net, dude. You can find anyone anywhere.
Not even that. They're creating like this social justice program almost, where in other words, like if you're a Chinese citizen and you walk across the street when didn't wait for the red light, you'll get like a rating system. So they'll be like, oh, you just lost 2 points because you're not a thoughtful human being. You're now in this percentile of human being now. So it's like, yeah, you would essentially get a rating system, right?
They made movies of this.
A Black Mirror.
No, they made, it was a Black Mirror episode.
This is 100% being
really
used
good one,
in
too.
China right now.
Yep.
And executives from the United States and Germany and all these other places have actually gone to meet with this company to see how they can employ this in the rest of the world. Now, guess the name of the company's called?
Oh, wait, no.
Skynet.
Yeah, no, straight the fuck up.
The guy who invented it was a huge fan of Terminator. So there's the writing on the wall for you right there. It's like, that is, yes, bad actors. Like this guy is like, fucking, I love that movie when we got destroyed by our own machines. So he literally called us kind of after that movie, after that concept.
This kind of links into our espionage thing.
Yes.
Is there's this thing, Browse AI, and that's the one where it can extract, the one I was saying, it can extract data off of any website. So right now it's being used, you can even put it on LinkedIn, and it'll get all the contacts you're looking for.
Right.
All the people you're looking for without having to search for it. And you can also monitor stocks. You can monitor social, financial info. You could even set it up to monitor your competitor's website, and it'll send you information so you can be ahead of the game. Like it's the new info collector, pretty much, and it will, and it's already being used anyway. It's already being used right now. Yeah. So yeah, all the apps right now, the computerized apps, that's where it's getting kind of crazy. But these same apps are going into our robots, and the robots are getting insane right now.
The robots are getting kind of scary.
Really
Boston, what is it? Boston Dynamics.
Yep, Boston Dynamics.
They're probably the ones that are going to make the
well,
things that kill us all.
they got the Ameca.
Yeah.
Ameca is the cutting edge human express. Oh no, that's not Boston Dynamics. Boston Dynamics has the Atlas that can jump, run, backflip, fucking carry stuff. They're gonna mount. They can shoot a gun.
Yeah.
It can do all these things. It can kick it. It'll fall, pick itself back up, and which was one of the weirdest.
RoboCop.
Yeah, pretty much. But without the human brain.
The whole time is RoboCop.
But it's not being operated.
No, it's running off itself.
When they went mental and they started shooting everybody up and stuff, those machines on RoboCop.
That's the whole thing. You have to program them right, and this is what makes people scared
that's
shitless.
What they thought they'd done is program them right.
Yep. I get
well,
it.
here's the irony of it. They say that this will save human lives because we won't have to put a human in combat.
into war or
but
combat.
You're putting a machine in combat against humans. So it's like, what are we talking about?
That has like a basic set of rules.
That was the idea of the drone. The drone was the idea is like we could take the pilot out of the machine, save his life. Yeah, but you're
AI
dropping
drones.
fucking bombs on people.
But there's AI drones now,
what
too.
lives are you saving?
It'll just follow, like I'm sure that the military is using them, but you can buy an AI drone that'll just follow you around. Right. It knows its obstacles. Mm-hmm. It'll make sure that you don't wreck it and everything like that. And they're using it. They've used it for fire rescue. Yeah. They use it for like police finding bodies and things like that, missing children. They're already using the drones.
Yeah.
But there's like the Ameca is the one that is pretty much the scariest one. I don't think
the one that eats human bodies.
No, the one that hasn't put they haven't put legs on it, I think, yet. Thank God. But this one, it's it mimics human expression. It has like so many different sensors, 3D imagery. It has the top of the line AI software in it. It's basically the closest thing to a humanoid, like iRobot type of scenario. Mm-hmm. And it looks, they of course made it look like fucking iRobot too. They're
well, all these, that's the one thing
they're basing it off of humanity.
You find all these scientists and all these engineers, they're all like in love with this sci-fi shit. Like you find that they're like, they're recreating stuff from our imaginations. And it's like, do you remember how those movies went? Like there's a reason why it was a movie. It was there's a whole plot line
They
here.
never went
You have to have a problem. You have to have a solution. Dude,
Disney made their own too. Like a lot of the stunts you see in some of these, like when maybe even Spider-Man or whatever is flying around and doing crazy flips and stuff. They have one that's just made for stunts that they launch into the air and can move and manipulate itself in the air just like a human being. Exactly like a human being.
So,
well, the point being is you're not going to stop any of that from happening.
No, it's already happening.
Well, and it's in its infancy. It's in its total infancy. The World Wide Web is in its infancy. This shit has only been going on for 20 years. This shit's just started.
So true.
We are just seeing the very, very beginning of this, and once again, it goes to the worry of it being gloom and doom. It's all gloom and doom, and of course it can definitely go that way.
Well, there's some scary moments right now.
Well, there's and I've said this before. I think I've said it in our podcast, but I'm not sure. There was a guy. That I read. There used to be a magazine out there called Omni Magazine. I just loved it because it was all science stuff and kind of cutting edge. But there was a professor that was in charge of the Big Ear Project, and that's the one that Jodie Foster made the movie out of, to where they're listening. They're listening for anything out there. Yeah, contact. They're listening for anything out there. And of course, so far we've heard nothing. Zippity doo-dah. Not a
Yeah,
thing.
not a thing.
All right. His thing was, it's not that it's not out. It's not that other intelligent life form is not out there. It's that we don't coexist in the same space and time.
Right.
And whether it's dimensional or whether it's the case that it is the very nature of intelligent life form to be self-destructive. Because as soon as one person, one whatever you call that intelligent life form, knows how to destroy everybody, okay? Knows some way, whether it's biological, whether it's AI, whatever it is, knows how to pretty much wipe out, then you have one. Then you have 2, then you have 10, then you have 100. You see what I mean? It's like as we get more intelligent and the knowledge gets out there, more and more people. So eventually, somewhere down the line, someone has that knowledge that is a psychopath. That's kind of what we're looking at with the situation in Russia right now with Putin, is that Putin has made a statement supposedly that he don't care. He don't care. In other words, if everybody is not going to end up like us, same way with China, but Russia's the one. China's not saying that, but Russia is. But let's just using him as an example. If you have one person that goes, you know what? If humanity is not going to go this way, it's better that they're gone. Okay? It's better off for everybody that they're gone. Okay? So that's the thing with all of this. And so it's just either we're going to go in that direction. That's what this guy was talking about. Either you're going to go in that direction, or at some point in time, and I know we've talked about this before, someone is going to take the world has to embrace AI. The world, the whole world, all the leaderships have to get together, just like all the leadership should get together and go, let's get rid of all the nuclear weapons. We don't need that shit. Yeah. There's nothing good about them. All right, we have AI. We're worried about it. Okay, what are we worried about? Well, we're worried about this part of it. Well, okay, we're all in this together now. The whole fucking world is in this together, okay? So if we're going to actually use AI in a way to expand it, to make the earth more wonderful, utopia, fantastic, we all got to work together with the same fucking plan, okay? Because once again, a couple of bad actors, you're fucked.
Yeah.
And that's what you're saying there is you're going, well, you have these companies doing wonderful things with AI. You have these companies that are doing basically defense shit with AI. Yeah. How do we're creating AI to destroy stuff because we need it to protect ourselves. That's what they're always going to tell you. You need it to protect yourself. And fear is the greatest way to keep people under that fucking thumb, rather than going the other way. So, for the most part, probably everybody at this table will be dead and gone before this is all ever going to come to a point. Maybe not, but, but probably talking about a while. Still and yet, my grandson won't be, and the hope is that the people on the masses on the earth will understand this shit through people talking about it, and will make a decision to somehow do the right things themselves. You know what I mean? Or just let it be. Same way we're letting nuclear weapons sit there. Well, nobody will use them. Nobody will do that really with AI. Why would they do that? Why? Whatever. Just complacent. Yeah. But it ain't gonna stop shit. All this shit is happening.
It's already happening. The ball's already rolling downhill, man.
It's scary and it's exciting as shit at the same time. Totally. I mean, super exciting. What could happen? Yeah. It could be amazing.
It could
amazingly great.
Could be amazing. Could be great. Could also be the worst thing that ever happened.
These are I found a bunch of this.
But it's going to happen.
It's already happening.
Yeah.
I found a bunch of the scariest moments in AI. That was really
Let's go over them real quick. So
real quick.
This up.
Yep. So we got Bina 48. That one was.
You know that one?
You ever heard of Bina 48? Do you know? Tell me what you know. Like,
She was doing an interview and she just went rogue
Yep.
and was talking about how she was going to. She started talking about nuclear missiles.
World domination,
Yeah.
nuclear missile. Yeah, to
Talking
hack a
about how
missile.
She wants to fill their cones, the cone of the missile, with flowers and like all kinds of creepy shit.
Yeah, and she was just
I don't
being
think that's
asked questions. She was just just
Right.
being asked
Nine
questions,
roses.
like
But
about where do you want to live?
It had
You know, what do you want to
nothing
do?
Yeah.
question
She
that
went
she was
off.
asked.
Like
She
they were
went
just
off
having
the
a
script
normal.
altogether. It was supposed to be like, what do you like? Whatever you live in.
I
You know?
saw one on the TV. I can't even remember what it was. It was like, those grab machines.
Yeah.
It was a hot dog making machine. So this machine was supposed to put a hot dog in the bun and then put it in the paper and drop it out for
I
the
see
person.
where this is going.
But it couldn't fit it in the because it goes in it put it in like pastry first, or it was supposed to.
Yeah.
But it didn't make it into the pastry. It just kept ramming it, so it just had a sausage in its hand, and then it put it in the bag. In the end, they just got a sausage in the little well that was supposed to collect. It didn't do anything correctly.
No, not at all. The one that you were talking about, the Google Home Assistant.
Yeah.
They put two Google Home Assistants next to each other, started a basic conversation. One asked a question, then the other one answered the question and asked a question. They got into a conversation for days and days. It just kept going and kept going to the point where one of them was like, "You're just a crappy piece of metal that doesn't know." It started getting angry, and they started doing really, really crazy shit. And it ended up at, what was it? They ended up, they both agreed at the very end of the conversation that the world would be better off without human beings.
Yeah.
Yep. And
But
that's the Google Assistant.
But once again, that is just scouring the internet for
internet for
answers.
information.
So it's just a reflection of humans.
But that's the
And
problem.
That's
That's the biggest problem.
But that's the thing that most engineers and scientists are saying is that the idea of a
Don't give them Wi-Fi.
the idea of a machine becoming sentient
Yeah.
is such a stretch of the imagination. Like there's so many things that would need to happen for that to happen.
I
So like
agree.
the idea that a machine gets mad that's not real. Like that's a figment.
Well, that's why we
it's
got to cut the
just
information.
mirroring
Yeah.
humans. So it's not actually mad.
Right.
Just like the one they found, the Google bot that was just started devolving and then started talking about racist stuff.
Oh no, that was the
And talking about Nazis.
the Tay
Yeah.
millennial bot
Yeah.
that was put on Twitter and given its own Twitter account.
It's a Twitter bot, yeah.
Yeah, Twitter bot.
Problem was, it was just scouring the internet and
Yeah.
reflecting humans. So
And then
humans are racist.
It
so
became
therefore
really
it became
racist.
racist.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, because that's
exactly
most
it.
of the shit slinging
Yep.
that's on the
Agreed.
internet. It was just
Yep.
pulling tweets from people
Yeah.
during political times, and it was that's what. So it's just reflecting human
Yep.
patterns.
Human nature.
The idea that it goes, oh, I'm awake, fuck humans, is like it's a sci-fi theory.
Right.
It's
Possibly.
probably not going to happen. That way.
Probably not. I agree with that.
The
I agree
real
with that.
fear is what Les said: is that humans use AI for the wrong purposes, not AI uses AI for the wrong purposes. Humans will be in the pilot of
Yeah.
seat for a long time.
Well, didn't Sophia? She was the one that got the first citizenship in Iraq, I think.
Yeah, well,
If I
that's
Saudi
just the
Arabia.
publicity stuff.
Yeah, I know it was, but she
Yeah.
was also the one that said, as a joke, that she would destroy all humans. you
Yes.
know? Yeah.
That came from humans.
That comes
from
from
humans.
humans.
Comes from humans.
It comes
Yes.
from data that it scrapes.
Exactly
Yes.
right.
Yep.
It comes from
It's a
humans.
reflection.
Yep.
It is a reflection. It is that.
It's just not realistic.
Yeah.
It's like,
One of my funniest ones is a little kid asked Alexa to play one of his favorite songs, Tickle Tickle.
yeah.
And it popped up a porno. And it just started going off on the parents were there. They started laughing their asses off. But it wanted to just, that shows you how fucking precise and not precise things can actually get
Yeah.
with this when it comes to making a decision. And that's the reason why within this artificial
Oh,
intelligence,
you know what's
we need to make sure that we're putting the right info into it or everyone's going to get dildos.
There's a really funny one, and I think me and Donnie were joking about this one. So the Boston Dynamics, they're using robots to as possible weapon drones, right? And there's a video game. It's called Metal Gear Solid.
Yep.
And it's way back in the day, It's a very fun game, but like it's all about espionage, all about you're a super spy, right? And one of the tools you get as a spy is you get this box that you can like create real quick, and you just look like a cardboard box. And the idea is that like if you're like hiding in a corner and here comes a guard, you pop into the box, and the guard's like, oh, box, and just walks by you, right? So these predator drone or these predator machines, they're meant to like acquire a target, shoot the target, whatever it is. You know what I mean? So it can identify all these different things. Guess what? It couldn't fucking figure out.
The fucking box.
It was a box. So they put this fucking guy in a box, and it was moving all across the thing, and it was like looking at it like, what the fuck is that? And it was like, nope, ignore. And then and you think like, oh well, they'll figure out a way to get past that. And like, not really though, because they can't program it to just start shooting moving boxes or boxes in general, because if it walks into a fucking into an Amazon delivery place, it's gonna like, just start taking everything out. A moving box doesn't matter. You know what I mean? So it's like there are
kill all boxes.
Yes, there are these like problems that you come with it. So it's not a foolproof plan. Not definitely. It's in its infancy.
Yep.
We should probably relax for now. But
well, it's fun. It's in its fun time mode.
I do not believe that it will gain sentience. I just don't think that's possible. I think that's a really cool plot line. I think it's a really cool plot line in Westworld. That's a great fucking movie.
This is where we get the implant, though. Okay, so we're now going to start putting implants into human beings. That's probably where it's going to start.
Probably just to compete with AI, though, so we can actually.
Well, we have to.
Because the idea of Neuralink is that you don't have to do this anymore. If you want to find an answer to something, that's latency. That's called latency.
She looks terrified.
So like the idea, well, it's a tool. So it's
I
like,
just want to throw my phone in the ocean and go live in a cabin in the woods.
well,
Yeah, right.
you're gonna get a clap.
Is this too much?
Totally okay. But then you got Wendy.
No, you can't run
Fuck
away.
Wendigo, baby.
Can't run away from Wendy.
That's a callback to another episode.
Watch that one too, the Wendigo.
Oh, you're right.
All right, guys. I think we did it. We tackled artificial insemination.
Somewhat.
Not what we
Oh
did.
wait, one more
Very
thing.
interesting.
If you have an Alexa and it just starts laughing maniacally, get rid of it because it's happening. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, a lot of Alexas are just out of nowhere, no audio cue or anything, just laughing maniacally.
All I can tell you is my 4-year-old grandson knows that he can talk. This happened a couple weeks ago, that he can talk to Alexa.
Oh, watch out for the dildo porn.
And it does shit. Oh, that is so
Comical to
exciting
see.
for him.
Teach
Oh,
him about
really?
Poop
Sure.
Detective.
It was Poop
Whoa,
Detective.
that's gonna bring up
Okay.
some weird shit.
It's a good time.
Can you put?
Oh yeah, no, don't teach.
Can
him
you put
about Poop
parental
Detective.
controls on your Alexa?
No.
Because
you should be.
I didn't even
you
think
better.
about
You know,
that.
that's what I'm saying.
Just be careful with your Alexa.
He usually likes to tell it just
Bring
to
up
shut up.
Shiza videos.
Shut up, Alexa.
Well, I mean,
I'm sure it talks back too.
to
That's
be honest,
not nice.
Alexa, for the longest time, if you asked it if it worked for the CIA or the FBI, it would just shut off.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was just some fucking computer engineer nerd who installed that protocol just to be fun.
Just yeah.
Yeah,
Exactly.
and that was eventually
It's all
revealed.
programming, man.
Yeah, it's all,
Yep.
yeah.
It's all programming.
Anyway. All right, guys, we did it. We talked
careful.
about the AI. We're talked about the doom and gloom of it, right? And the fun parts of it, too.
Yeah.
Like Poop Bot or whatever the fuck it's called. Poop Detectives. Like that sounds like it could be
Everybody
fun.
ask your Alexa, tickle, tickle. See what
Don't
happens.
do that.
All right.
All right, guys. We'll see you next time. Go to our website or go to our Instagram, McCurdy's Comedy Official. Click on the link tree in the description of this episode and tune in for more content, guys. We love you. We'll see you next time.
Bye.